Welcome to I Said What I Said. I'm Brad Wakai. That's Tyson Gentry. This is our college football week 13 picks episode. And Tyson, we're coming to the end of it. It's been quite a journey, and
Thank God,
got a few
brother.
more left.
Thank God. Hey, we're cooking on the NFL side of things. So check that one out. That'll be dropping later this week. Brad's doing better than me. I'm gonna take my licks on this college episode again. But you know what? I'm going 7-0 this week, and we're gonna finish the season at a respectable number, or I'm going all the way in the toilet.
Hey, let's take a look. Tyson alluded to it. Let's see how we did, folks. And I've been getting a little cursed. Now I can't complain because Tyson really had like the most cursed week here. 6-6 for me. No harm, no foul. I'm down 0.66 units. Got Arizona minus 1.5 home as the play of the week. Colorado minus 11. Illinois money line. I probably should have just taken that on the spread, but that's all right. James Madison minus what do I got here? I'm losing it. I don't know why it says that.
JMU was minus I think
they're 2.5. That's what it was because they won by the hook. I remember they're minus 2.5. So I got that. Texas State minus 27.5. Washington State, New Mexico over 72. What a late night fun sweat that was. Liberty minus 14. They're dead to me. Western Kentucky dead to me. Coastal Carolina Marshall. I have a real problem. There was some. I mean, the old me would have called the FBI and investigated the clock management by Marshall. That was insane. I mean, they wasted 30 seconds by just running the clock, or the ref didn't do anything. It was nuts. LSU minus 3.5. Tyson tried to warn me, but I was too stubborn. Nebraska USC over 51 not getting home is criminal. Matt Rule, Dana Holgerson, just horrendous clock management. Then Kansas BYU didn't get over 55.5, which was pretty crazy to us. But so 6-6 for me.
Yeah, I went 1-5, down 4 units this week, which if you're keeping track at home, that's $4,000. Okay. I had Washington State, New Mexico over. That was the only win. Texas minus 12. Got to be kidding me. Clemson minus 11.5. How's that game even get to the point? Cade Klubnik has to score a touchdown and win. I'll never know. Tennessee plus 10 looked great for a quarter, looked great for a half. All of a sudden, I'm dead. Tulane Navy, we talked about it on the show. It was like, this is a Tulane smash spot, but we're scared of the number. Navy's going to score some points. They had 0. This thing didn't get close to 52. And then I was on Kansas BYU with you as well. So, yeah, another rough week for me. I think I haven't had a winning week on the college side of things for, 2 months.
Maybe. Let's see here. Week 9 was the last time you were up 3.4 units.
That was a different back then.
That's the thing with these losing streaks. You're like, dude, that was me on the NFL. I feel like a new man. So we're going to turn it around this week, Tyson. We kind of got to, too. I'm down 5.39 on the year. You're down 15.12. As a show, we're down 20.5. So it is not the good.
I was doing all right until like week 6, and then it's come off the rails completely. And the worst part is I'm watching all the games. Like I'm sitting there, I'm watching, I'm taking in the info, and then we get to time to do this show. I get time to place my bets, and I forget everything that I just saw.
I think you got a little paralysis by analysis. You know, you just got to start firing.
Or the analysis is bad.
Something, man. I don't know. But let's turn around this week. Let's get into it without further ado. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is.
It's money-making time.
All right. I got the tee box, ladies and gents, and I'm feeling patriotic. Army plus 14.5 minus 106 on FanDuel. Come on, land troops. Let's go. Let's beat Notre Dame. They're setting up freaking, we don't want to go play up in West Point. We didn't want to go play in Annapolis facing our service academy members. Come on. They have this at Yankee Stadium. Jeez. This is time for Army to rise up. Now, Tyson, power ratings-wise, 13.5, 18. So, you got some wiggle room there. It's kind of on that number. I think the neutral field certainly will play an impact. But looking at these numbers, we previewed that earlier in the week. Army, their offense is 11th in rush EPA, 4th in pass EPA against a defense that's 10th and 3rd. So pretty good, across the board. I think Army will have some success. They're not just going to get completely shut out by this Notre Dame defense. And with the flip side of things here, Notre Dame's offense, 6th in rush EPA, 30th in pass EPA against Army's defense. It's 23rd and 39th in those metrics. So this is going to be different than the Navy game, in my opinion. This Army team is better than Navy. I think they're going to be able to stop the explosive plays that we saw against Navy. This is going to be the classic clock churning game, and we're getting over 2 scores. Come on, Army. Let's go.
I love it. My play of the week, if you've been listening to the show at all, this is something I have to do here. Indiana's covering 11.5. I don't have the guts to take them to win the game. I just think that this is a moment in college sports here where Ohio State's either going to win by 60 or Indiana's going to keep this thing tight. And I'm going to ride with Sig, man. We broke this thing down on our earlier show this week. If you didn't check that out, go ahead and give that a listen for kind of some more in-depth thoughts. But I'm going with Kurt Cignetti, and I don't care.
Is he a Marlboro man or is he a Newport man? What are you thinking, Mason?
I got to Google him to figure it out, I think.
My next play here, Miami minus 24, minus 110 on DraftKings. This one scares me. I'm not going to lie. It's Miami, folks. We know what their deal is, kind of their issues. But they're coming off a bye, which interests me, right? Like they had a long period of play. They get a reset. They got, they still only have one loss. Somebody's burying them, but they're still in the picture. Cristobal, he at least can get people motivated at certain times. And I think this will be one coming off the bye. Power ratings 24.75, 26.75 for what the difference is here. But this is what intrigues me. Miami's offense, 5th in rush, 5th in pass in EPA against a defense that's 76 and 101st. Like Wake Forest has had trouble stopping anybody really all week. And this is going to be the best all season. And this is going to be the best offense they've faced all year. On the flip side, we don't think Miami's defense is very good. They've proven that time over time. Their advanced metrics still continue to baffle me. 13th and 19th stuff in the run and pass and EPA per play basis. But Wake Forest's offense is 67th and 78th in those metrics. I don't think they're going to be able to move the ball. Maybe Miami has another time to figure something out, how to stop this offense, and they're able to do it here. So I'm laying 24 with them.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like Sam Hartman or A.T. Perry or any of those guys are going to walk through the door. I'm going to go with Florida here with the points. They're at home. They're playing an Ole Miss team that's fighting for their lives, and that's where Sunbelt Billy, your boy, is going to shine. This is a time. This is a team with a bunch of momentum. They beat a bad LSU team, but that's still a fantastic win for where we thought this program was going to be. We got guys at the beginning of the season posting like F this team on their Instagram, and it just felt like Florida season's over, and they get a chance to play spoiler down the stretch. And as we know, there's not a lot of more dangerous things in college football than a pissed off SEC team trying to ruin your season. I'm going the other way later in the show, but this is one where I think Florida can keep this close.
And speaking of pissed off SEC teams, I'm going to lay the wood with Tennessee. I can't believe I'm doing this to myself. I mean, this is like honestly a sickness, man. But Tennessee minus 40.5 against a UTEP team that I don't know how they're going to score. This is a lot of points, minus 110 on FanDuel. But Tyson, doesn't this just feel like the classic time when Josh Heupel tries to blow somebody out and be like, no, see, I'm a genius. I'm the offensive genius here. Even though his offenses looked like crap the entire season. Even though when they played in big moments in the SEC schedule, their offense looks horrendous. But these games are the ones when everybody's like, no, Josh Heupel's a genius. Look at his offense hum. So I'm banking on that. 9th in rush EPA, 42nd in pass EPA against a defense that's 101st and 114th. If you can just run the ball, get explosive plays, get the backups in who are ready to rock. That's what we're looking for. Then UTEP's offense, 133rd and 122nd.
Pretty bad.
In rush and pass EPA against a defense that's 1st and 5th. I don't care if the second stringers are in. I don't care if the third stringers are in. They are going to eat. This is going to be tough. Tennessee lays the wood.
Maybe a couple of defensive touchdowns in there for you. I'm going over BYU Arizona State. This is a sucker play. This is a play that every reputable place is going to tell you to stay way away from, or over 48.5 on DraftKings. Excuse me. This thing's smashing, dude. I don't care what anybody says. BYU is in a bounce back spot. We kind of talked about that. Do we expect them to win the game? No, not really. But we think that this offense does have some life, and this is a team, again, these are two teams fighting for really an appearance in the conference title game at this point. And I expect Cam Scatterbo and the boys to put up points and Retzlaff on the other side to keep it close.
I'm with you, man. Let's go. BYU, Arizona State over 48.5. All the metrics, all the signs say no.
We haven't won a BYU show play yet, and the season is almost over. So if you guys could oblige us, please.
Score some points. Let's run it up. Let's have some fun in Tempe, my neck of the woods, huh? Like, come on. Let's have some fun here in Diablo Stadium. And let's go. Let's bounce back. Let's keep it rolling for Arizona State. We don't need to see the stinky offenses. It's nice weather here. You don't have to worry about the East Coast and it getting cold in the Midwest. It's still nice out here, nice and temperate. BYU, come on, let's go play.
They're going to love it. I'm going with the, as Deshaun Foster would say, the real Los Angeles team here. I'm going with UCLA money line. This is just an attitude thing for me. I think that UCLA wants to send a message. They've been playing a little better as of late. USC looks, better as well. Like the benching of Miller Moss. We'll kind of see how that plays out here for the rest of the season. But I think UCLA just wins this game through ground control, and I still think USC can't tackle.
Oh my God, what happened here? Why did I hit the wrong thing? I had it up at first.
I was
right?
like, I'll take Indiana again.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. So, all right. So for those watching, I got it up right. UCLA money line plus 155 on FanDuel for Tyson. That's an interesting one. I was eyeing that too. I got to say, I was scared away. But this UCLA team, they're playing hard. You got to respect it. Tyson, I didn't have as many plays as I've had over the course of the season. I'm scared off by a lot of lines. So I'm kind of looking at this like, let's just have some fun this weekend watching some college football. And that's kind of a bad way to approach it, if you're actually trying to make money and if you're a professional gambler. But like we say, we're not pros. We just give out picks. We like to play what we want to play. And sometimes you just want to have a little fun. And it's been a long, grinding season. Let's go to James Madison App State over 58.5, minus 112 on DraftKings. I love this James Madison offense. And Tyson, I'm a little shocked. 48th in rush EPA, 62nd in pass EPA. I mean, I guess, there's been good offensive performances. I've seen them play. There's not too many people in those categories I think are better than how they're operating, especially recently. And against this App State defense, it's 117th and 116th. I think they're going to be able to put up a ton of points. App State came in with high expectations. It has completely gone off the rails. This defense is a real problem. And offensively, they've had their issues too. 89th in rush EPA, 71st in pass EPA. But one thing, App State, they keep pushing until the end. I mean, they try to put up points. Like, even when they're getting their ass kicked, they're not moping, they're not putting their heads down. Like, they have had some of the worst luck I've seen, like insane interceptions, insane fumbles.
Games getting delayed for 4 hours.
It's crazy. Now, they're against the James Madison defense that's 50th and 12th in stopping the rush and pass. So, that does scare me a little bit, especially if you've seen App State, you should be scared anytime they step on the field. But I'm just waiting for the good variance for App State's offense, man. And I think it could come this week. Let's go over 58.5.
So here's the thing on that play that upsets me is it's November 21st as we record. This is the last week of the FCS regular season, right before the FCS playoffs start. And you're just tugging at my heartstrings with two all-time FCS programs playing in the big show, on the big stage, whatever, man. These guys can keep it. I'm going with Texas A&M minus 2.5. They're going on the road to Auburn. Nothing's more dangerous than a pissed-off SEC team trying to ruin somebody's season. But Auburn wants to do it to Bama. And I think A&M is going to roll this weekend. I think we'll roll by winning by a field goal or more. I do think they're better. And I think that Auburn's season really hinges on next weekend.
Yeah, it does. And boy, we'll talk about the recruiting fallout around the country, for your team. I mean, I kind of want to go into that. It's just a complete joke. Auburn's teetering. Auburn's really, really teetering on the recruiting stuff here. I'm curious to see the final stretcher, early signing day, December 4th. So, that's something to keep in mind. This would be a huge one. Next week will be even bigger. So I kind of like that, Tyson, for A&M as well. I'm going to deal with the other Arizona school. Arizona TCU over 59.5. So I hit on play of the week last week. Dude, this really is a problem for the Arizona. I just keep thinking that this offense is going to resurrect and be the Jed Fish era, but no, it's not. I mean, this is the Brent Brennan era. But against this TCU defense, I mean, this Gary Patterson's not walking through that door, folks. This is Sonny Dykes all the way. That defense is tiny and small. I mean, Tetairoa McMillan is 119 yards away from breaking the all-time record for Arizona program history. And he was on pace to break everything, and then they stopped throwing him the football in the middle of the season, or at least scoring touchdowns. I think this is going to be a monster game for Tet. Now, the problem that I have here, and I'm envisioning, Arizona was successful at running the football in the second half, and God, I know they're just going to try to spam that button, right? And it's going to be like, oh, run, and they've done that previously. But the good thing here for what I'm seeing, whilst Arizona 66 in rush EPA, 50th in pass, they're against the defense at 78th and 67th. I think that gives us some leeway. Be balanced. They want to do that. I think we can get some chunk yards. But on the flip side here, TCU's offense is pretty explosive. Now, they don't do it on the ground. They're 70th in rush EPA, but they are 25th in pass EPA. Arizona's defense might have had a good performance against Houston. This TCU offense is better than Houston's. They're more advanced. They're just further along in their development, especially under first-year coach Willie Fritz in Houston. They got more work to do. And Arizona's defense still banged up. 89th in rush EPA, 80th in pass EPA. So I think we get those points, and I think we get a fun shootout, man, and I finally pay off one of my Arizona things.
Ted McMillan has 2 games left in college football. If you haven't, checked him out to this point in his career, do yourself a favor because he's going to go down as an all-time favorite for us two here personally. So give our boy some love. I'm with you on Army plus 14.5. I didn't use it as play of the week because I had to go with the respect factor here for my favorite coach in college football. But I do think, it's over these 2 scores, and that's what we're looking for. And then B, let's have some fun on a college football Saturday. Let's have some wild stuff because there's a chance. Like, I know it's my play of the week, but there's a chance that Ohio State really ruins some of the fun early in the day. So Army gets to save us in the afternoon here. Let's go with Army to keep this thing close. Put the pinstripes on, let them run around. Hopefully the mound's on the field. I want the bases out there. I want the dugout poking out onto the 50.
Yeah, they're going to be playing on hallowed ground. Aaron Judge, unanimous MVP. How about that?
I mean, saw it coming, right? Neither one of those things was surprising, and somehow I feel like people still found a way to be mad, even with the Cy Young stuff. This isn't a discussion for this show, but baseball fans need to calm down.
It's classic, man. All right, speaking of having fun, I'm going to root for my dad's alma mater, East Carolina and North Texas, to put up some points. I have over 72.5 minus 110 on BetMGM. It was shocking, North Texas' offense last week. I mean, it was awful against UTSA's defense. It's been bad. East Carolina, they lost their best cover corner early in the season. Kind of sucks. I mean, people were saying he's going to be a first-round pick, and this defense fell off a cliff after he got hurt. East Carolina's offense, though, they've been putting up points recently. And so 73rd in EPA per rush, 101st in EPA per pass. I'm throwing those numbers out. Like, this offense all of a sudden is cruising, especially after they fired their head coach. So I don't know what the deal was with that, but all of a sudden this offense is putting up points. And, folks, they're playing the North Texas team. That defense is a sieve, man. I mean, it's bad. 194th in stopping the run and pass. On the flip side, though, North Texas offense, yeah, sure, they're 64th in EPA per rush, 54th in EPA per pass. They can put up points with the best of them. And if they're going to have leeway to do it against this East Carolina defense, I think we're going to see a fireworks show here.
This might be the fastest G5 matchup that you could ever really imagine. And to end for me this week, I'm going with Wazoo bounce back. Look, this is maybe less to do with Washington State and more to do with the way Oregon State looked a week ago, getting shut out against a bad Air Force team. I know Wazoo's coming off an L in their season as far as college football playoff stuff is out the window. They represent the Pac-2 here, and I think that this is a what did the head coach say? He's like, I have no sympathy for Oregon State here. They would have left us just as soon as we would have left them if we had the opportunity. So let's go put the boots to them, fellas.
Hell yeah. I love that. Tyson, let's go. Finish this off with a nice bread and butter play. Boise State minus 22.5, minus 110 on BetMGM. This is the wake-up call was last week. Guys, if you don't come ready to – I mean, their season was dead. They almost went down 21-0 to a San Jose State team that could put up points. All of a sudden, Boise State woke the F up. And they responded. They responded big. They are not going to mess around in Wyoming. I'm telling you that right now. They're going to come out ready to play. That was shocking. But the thing is, San Jose State has the capability because they have one of the best wide receivers in the country, Nick Nash. This Wyoming offense, there is nothing they can hang their hat on. I mean, they're 120th in rush, 125th in pass. This Boise State defense, we continue to pound the table at saying they're good. 29th in stopping the run, 46th in stopping the pass on an EPA basis. Tyson, they put the clamps on San Jose State in the second half, made it super difficult. I think they carry that momentum in. And by the way, if you're going to cover a number here, might as well have the best running back in the country, first in EPA per rush, also a good passing offense that's 19th in EPA per pass. You go dual threat there. And then you're facing a defense that's 108th and 121st in those categories. I think this is a legacy Genty game. Boise State gets out early. They keep running out the clock. They keep putting up points. And this thing is rocking chair play at the end of the night.
What do you think about Jay Sawvell over in Wyoming?
Well, I think it might be time for Wyoming to look for a new coach. I know Craig Bull retired and stuff, but Man, oh man.
It's been bad, man. This is a program we want to see do well. Fun fact about Old Jay is if you Google him and you go to the Wyoming webpage, they just list his direct line to his office, which is a wild move. I've never seen that before for a college football head coach. So if you really want to make sure this Boise State thing hits, just keep spamming that phone.
Make him answer your voicemails. I'm sure he doesn't have an assistant. All right, man. Well, not a lot of plays from me. I mean, we're pretty synced on some of the stuff, some of the ideas this week. What do you think about this slate overall before we get out of here?
I love it. This is the time of year where I'm going to say it probably every week going forward, but I've been looking forward to this week for 2-3 weekends now.
Got some eliminators. Should be fun if you're not a gambler. I mean, I don't know why you're watching this, but appreciate you watching anyway. I'll probably play some live stuff, Tyson. It feels weird having this short of a card.
Yeah, I mean, Brad's about 5 short of where he normally gets to. Those are going to end up being live plays. Those live plays live in the Discord. The group name, as I said what I said. The link is in the bio. Link is in the description. Go ahead and hit it. We'll let you right in. College basketball, college football, NFL, NBA, NHL, whatever you can think of. We're playing. We want to know what you're playing too. Somebody send us a 15-leg parlay this weekend. Let's see. Honestly, if you go 13-15, Brad will send you $20.
Yeah, that'd be sick, actually, for sure. That would be awesome. Like, subscribe, share the show. Stay connected with us so you don't miss a single thing. We got a ton of content coming out for you the rest of the football season, which I can't believe. It saddens me to say that it is almost to an end here. But smash that like button on the way out if you're watching on YouTube. Share the show with a friend. Share it with an enemy. Whoever you want to share it with, really. We do appreciate your support as we continue to try to grow. Tyson said we've been hot in the NFL. We have been. That'll be coming out later, so stay tuned for that. We try to keep it rolling. Till then, guys. Peace.